first thing that I did when I was making my do-it-yourself board game was I decided where on my paper I wanted the starting line to be and where I wanted the finishing line to be, just so that I know how to map out my board game. Next, I added these little circles that are going to be like the path that my game pieces are going to follow. And to make it just a little bit easier for the players, I added these arrows so that they knew exactly what direction that they should be going in. After making the little path that I want my players to follow on the board game, I then just filled them in with random actions to do, and then I put these little stars in random circles, and that is going to be a free space, so anyone who lands on those doesn't have to do anything for that round. So you guys can fill yours in however you want. They don't have to be the same as mine. Everyone's board game is going to look different, and you can get silly and creative, but this is just my example. Then what I did was I just added some color to it to make it just a little more fun, and I also added a few more little pathways to it, and I am going to now write the rules and the directions to play my game. So on a smaller piece of paper, all I did was I wrote down the instructions on how to play my game. So each player will take turns flipping a coin. If the coin lands on heads, that player gets to move forward 2 spaces. If the coin lands on tails, that player gets to move forward 1 space. If a player lands on a circle with a star in it, that means it's a free space, so they get to relax that round. If a player lands on a spot connected to another circle with a red line, so these, that player must move backwards to that spot. So what that means is if I land here, I have to move all the way back to here, and the same up here if I land here I have to move back, and at any other space that is connected by a red line. And then I just added some fun things that you might see on the directions of an actual board game. But again, your board game might look completely different than mine, so the rules can be different. This is just what I did. Next, I made the game pieces, and all I did was I took a piece of scrap paper that I already had. I colored it in with a bunch of different colors, and then I cut them out and folded them. So all it is just a colored in, folded in half piece of paper. And I decided that I was going to make 6 pieces. You guys can do more than 6 or less than 6. It's all up to you. But for my game, we're going to do 6 pieces. And then here comes the really fun part. You guys get to name your do-it-yourself board game. So I decided to name mine Coin Toss Says, which is like a little bit of a copycat off of Simon Says, because we are going to be using a coin, and the coin is going to tell us how many spaces to move forward. So you guys can name yours whatever you would like. You can be as creative as you want. You can be silly, but this is what mine is. So to finish up my board game, I went and I grabbed the coin that I'm going to use to play the game, and I just added a few more decorations, some stickers and stuff, just to add a little color to the board game. And I set up my pieces, I grabbed my instructions, and I am ready to go. So this is what my board game looks like when it's all done. Ready for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, it landed on heads, so you're going to move 2. Move your piece 1, 2. Move it 1, 2. Good job. Sing the ABCs.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, U, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time I'll sing with me.
Good job. That's my turn. What did I get?
Yeah.
Oh, I also got heads, so I have to move up to yours. You're going to sing the ABCs with me?
A,
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?